what's going on with the quote-unquote church leaders. And she didn't say quote-unquote, that's what I'm saying, because that's what I believe they are, quote-unquote church leaders. And he came out and he said, well, they came out and prayed and it was good, but they wanted us to disperse, and they weren't necessarily on our side, so evidently they were on the other side. Then he went on to say that you can't cure 400 years of oppression with one prayer. And he said, well, you know, I do believe in prayer and so on and so forth. I grew up in the church, and he understands the power of prayer. On one hand, he had a good point. You can't fix anything with one prayer. With one prayer. It's not going to fix like that. The only thing you get automatically is knowledge. But for change, it does take time. Now, the flip side of that is, for me, you can't change the attitude that society has towards a certain community with one riot, with one protest, with one community outrage movement. You need multiples. You need to be able to stand up on a day-to-day basis and say, you know what, this old way we've been living isn't good. This old way of us doing things isn't good anymore. If you want change, don't just go out and expect it just to happen because you go out and you break a couple of windows, you riot for a week or so. It's not going to happen. It's going to take actual change once the dust settles, once the police officer gets fired, once the civil suit, the wrongful civil suit comes into play, once that's settled and all the dust settles, who's going to stand up out of all this rubble? Who's going to be the leaders, quote unquote, that we're going to have to go to in order to go to the